Have you ever wondered how to achieve more with less distraction? In the hustle and bustle of our hyper-connected world, this is a question many of us find ourselves asking. Today, we're diving into a book that offers a compelling answer. Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World is a thought-provoking read that's all about harnessing the power of concentrated effort. Penned by productivity guru Cal Newport, this book offers insights into why deep work is not just important but essential in our distraction-filled lives. It's not just about being more productive, it's about producing work that matters, work that makes a difference. It's about cutting through the noise and doing something meaningful with our time. In a world where attention is a precious commodity, learning to focus deeply can be a game changer. So, if you're ready to transform the way you work and live, stay tuned as we delve into the secrets and strategies of achieving deep work. Opening: what exactly is deep work? How can it make a difference in our lives? Let's dive into the concept of deep work, a term coined by the author Cal Newport in his book, Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's a state of flow where you're completely immersed in an activity, giving it your full attention. Now, why does deep work matter? In our modern world, distractions are everywhere. From the constant pings of social media notifications to the allure of endless internet browsing, our attention is being pulled in a million different directions. This scattered focus can prevent us from fully engaging with our tasks, leading to shallow work that's often unfulfilling and unproductive. In contrast, deep work allows us to dive beneath the surface and truly engage with our tasks. It's like plunging into a deep pool of concentration where distractions can't reach us. This intense focus enables us to produce higher quality work in less time. Consider a writer working on a novel. If they're constantly interrupted by emails, social media, or other distractions, their writing will be fragmented and lack coherence. However, if they engage in deep work, shutting out these distractions, they can fully immerse themselves in the world they're creating. Their writing will be richer, more intricate, and more compelling as a result. Deep work isn't just for writers, though. Whether you're a student studying for exams, a scientist conducting research, or a business professional working on a project, deep work can help you achieve better results. Moreover, deep work isn't just about productivity. It's also about fulfillment. When we're deeply engaged with our work, we experience a sense of flow and satisfaction that shallow work can't provide. It's the difference between skimming the surface of a pool and diving deep to discover the treasures below. Closing. It is clear then, mastering deep work can be a game changer. But how can we do it? The first rule to deep work is quite simple: work deeply. Now you might be thinking, hold on a minute, isn't that obvious? While it might seem straightforward, it's not as easy as it sounds. To truly work deeply, you must fully immerse yourself in your tasks, shutting out all potential distractions. Think of it as diving to the bottom of the ocean, where the surface noise of the world above is muted, and all that exists is you and your work. This is the mental state where real productivity happens, where innovative ideas are born, and where you can truly make strides in your personal or professional pursuits. Consider, for instance, a writer working on a novel. Her deep work might involve turning off her phone, disconnecting from the internet, and dedicating a set number of hours solely to the craft of writing. In this state, she is not merely writing, she is living in the world she's creating, interacting with her characters, and immersing herself in the plot twists and turns. The same principle can be applied to any task, whether it's coding a new software application, studying for an exam, or designing a building. The key is to create an environment that facilitates this deep level of focus. This might mean finding a quiet place to work, setting specific goals for each work session, or even using tools or apps that block out distractions. But remember, working deeply is not about pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion. It's about finding a rhythm that allows for a sustained, concentrated effort. Like a marathon runner, you should pace yourself, taking regular breaks to rest and recharge. Remember, the goal is not to work harder, but to work smarter. By immersing yourself in your work, you can achieve more in less time. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes to slip into this state of deep work. So next time you sit down to work, challenge yourself to dive a little deeper. Turn off those notifications, put on your headphones, and lose yourself in the task at hand. Immersing oneself in work is just the beginning, there's more to it. Yes, you heard it right. The second rule is embrace boredom. Now, let's pause a moment. Embrace boredom? That sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? In an age where we're surrounded by infinite distractions, the idea of welcoming boredom might seem, well, boring. But here's the twist, that's exactly why it's so important. See, we live in a world that's obsessed with constant stimulation. We're always scrolling, clicking, swiping, searching for that next dopamine hit. But when we do this, we're training our minds to expect and crave constant engagement. This leaves little room for our brains to rest, process, and most importantly, focus. But what if we could rewire our brains to be comfortable with boredom? What if we could train ourselves to be okay with doing nothing, to be okay with silence, to be okay with our own thoughts? That's where the magic happens. When we embrace boredom, we give our minds a chance to rest, to recharge, and to prepare for the deep work that lies ahead. We allow our subconscious to ruminate on problems, to make connections, and to generate ideas. We're not just sitting there doing nothing. We're actively giving our minds the space they need to do their best work. Think of it like a muscle. If you're constantly lifting weights, your muscles never get a chance to rest and repair. But if you give them time to recover, they come back stronger, ready for the next challenge. The same goes for your brain. Now, embracing boredom doesn't mean staring at a wall for hours on end. It can be as simple as taking a walk without your phone, reading a book, or just sitting quietly with your thoughts. It's about stepping away from the constant noise and giving your mind the peace it needs to thrive. So, the next time you feel the urge to reach for your phone or open a new browser tab, resist. Let your mind wander. Let it rest. Let it recharge. You'll be surprised at the clarity and focus you'll find when you allow yourself to simply be. Embracing boredom can be challenging, but it is a crucial step towards achieving deep work. Now, let's talk about the final two rules: quit social media and drain the shallows. Rule 3, quit social media, comes with a certain level of controversy. After all, these platforms have become deeply entwined in our daily lives. But let's take a step back. Consider how often you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through feeds, consuming content that adds little value to your life. These moments, stolen by the allure of social media, could be better spent in deep work, honing your skills, or pursuing your passions. Now, this doesn't mean you have to delete all your accounts and live like a hermit. Instead, be selective. Choose the platforms that truly enrich your life and limit your time on them. Remember, every minute you spend on social media is a minute you're not doing deep work. Moving on to Rule 4, drain the shallows. This rule is all about eliminating the non-essential, low-value tasks that clutter your day. These tasks, often seen as urgent but not important, can suck up your time and energy, leaving you with little left for deep, meaningful work. Think about your typical day. How much time do you spend responding to emails, attending meetings, or dealing with minor tasks that could be delegated? These are your shallows, and they need to be drained. Start by analyzing your day and identifying these shallow tasks. Then, find ways to either delegate, automate, or eliminate them. For example, can you set specific times for checking emails instead of constantly responding throughout the day? Can you delegate routine tasks to free up more time for deep work? Remember, your goal is not to be busy, but to be productive, and productivity comes from doing deep, meaningful work, not from being swamped with shallow tasks. These rules may seem tough, but they are the key to unlocking the power of deep work. Let's revisit what we've learned about deep work. Just as a gem is formed under immense pressure, your best work emerges when you dive deep, undisturbed by the incessant chatter of the world. Deep work, the concept that champions intense focus, is not just a strategy, but a philosophy that can transform your work and life. We've unpacked the 4 rules that serve as pillars to this philosophy. Rule 1, work deeply, urges you to create a sanctuary of focus, to let your mind delve into the depths of your task. Rule 2, embrace boredom, challenges you to resist the allure of distraction, to let your mind rest and recharge. Rule 3 and 4, quit social media and drain the shallows, call for a conscious effort to minimize time-wasting activities, allowing you to reclaim your time and focus. Remember, in a world full of distractions, mastering deep work is your superpower.